I'm going somewhere with this.
Well, I think that's the general perception, is that I don't have any boundaries, which is fine. I'll let people operate under that perception of me. But, I mean, I'm very careful about what I write about the people in my life. I want them to be excited to see themselves in my stories and not call me up and go, that was horrifying. I don't want that in my life, and I want people to be excited to see themselves. There have been a few times when I've written a couple things about my husband when he will sort of grip the side of the desk as he reads it and he'll go, I'll get over it. But I generally write things so that when people see it, they're going to be happy about it. So I don't really ever check with anyone.
Oh, there is no
there
fact checking
no
or
checking. No.
Really. Is there any kind of filter really to what you do? I mean, I'm kind of an open book as a person. Yeah.
So this is just a general extension of my personality. There's a lot about my daughter as she gets older that I'm finding I'm not writing about, and some vagaries of my relationship with my husband that no one wants to hear about, that I'm not going to write about.
No one wants to hear about, or you don't want to share them. Just to draw the distinction here.
It's not fair to him, to air certain things. It's just not fair, and it's not the right place to air it.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because you have letters within this book, and typically you look at a letter, and you were talking letters to your daughter. Typically one looks at a letter and it's a very private action, and yet it is juxtaposed in specific ways that relate your thoughts. I'm curious why put these letters, even if they are perhaps to some degree a fabricated letter, as opposed to keeping these things private, or as opposed to putting them into your first-person account, like, say, for example, Lita's Tea.
Why
not put it in the first-person voice as opposed to the letter format, and why violate this kind of private notion between you and your daughter?
Because it is directly to her. I mean, I write them specifically with her in mind. I mean, nothing is fabricated. Those letters are very real. She's lived all of the content that's in there. And the reason I'm doing it is to give to her one day and say, here's your childhood, and here's what I was feeling, and here's what I was going through. Publishing them gives me the impetus to do it. It gives me the motivation to do it. And I don't know if I didn't have the audience, because many people have written me and said, I wish I had done that. I just can't find the time to sit around and do it. Well, it's my job now, and I have people counting on me to do this every month, and it's great motivation to sit down and do it to her, knowing other people will read it.